Gentlemen, it has come to my recent awareness that this month is Men's Mental Health Month. And so it encouraged me to share, because every minute another man takes his own life. So clearly Men's Mental Health Month is not doing too well. And it is not encouraged as well as it should be. So I wanted to quickly cover on the topic of pain, because suicide, depression leads to it, and the cause of that for most people is, or for everyone, is pain and trying to escape that pain. That's why people, I probably shouldn't say the word on YouTube because YouTube wouldn't like it, but off themselves. So pain is the problem, and people try to escape pain, but something you need to realize, and this is a video to any of you who may be really struggling with life and may be considering this route. Pain is like the ground. You can run away from it, you can try and get in a plane and escape the ground, but inevitably you're going to return to it. And that's pain. It'll always be there. But pain, you don't have to see it as a bad thing. The ground, yes, it's dirty. If it's raining and it's wet and you slip and your face first in it, you can get dirty. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It provides nutrients for plants to grow. And it's nice to walk in barefoot every now and then. Yes, your feet can get a little bit dirty, but sometimes you just ignore it and you enjoy it and you clean your feet when you get home. The pain of life can be nutrient for growth of certain things in your life. Yes, it comes across as face value as something bad. But if you really look into it, the pain is a foundation of a lot of things that grow and a lot of change that happens. And a lot of improvements in my life has come because of the pain that was in my life. And so trying to avoid pain is not going to get you anywhere. I promise you that for a fact. Trying to get on a plane and just stay on the plane as long as possible because there's the ground, no. You're going to have to get on the ground eventually. There is going to be pain. Endure it. And something else that came to mind was there is a study in America that was done of a whole bunch of different animals. There was sheep, there was cows, there were bison, there were a whole bunch of other animals. I can't remember which ones they were. But almost every single animal, they looked at their behavior when a storm came. And when the storm came, almost all the animals would run away from the storm. But when the storm caught up, they would keep running that direction, which means they would run with the storm and they would face the storm for so much longer than if they had done anything else. And they found one animal, which was the bison. The bison, once they sensed that a storm was coming, they would turn to the storm and they would go into the storm, which meant the storm would go over them very quickly because they were moving in the opposite direction. And so, gentlemen, I want you to be like bison, because pain isn't a bad thing, because it will come regardless. Learn to turn to it and face it so that it comes quicker and it's over quicker. Rather than running from it, it'll catch up to you and be with you so much longer than if you go face forward to it. So just like the ground and just like the ground and just like a storm, don't avoid it because it will make it worse. Running from the storm, you'll be with it for so much longer. Be like the bison, go into the storm, you'll face the pain, but it will be over quicker than if you ran from it. And if you ran from it, then first of all, it's going to haunt you the whole time until it catches up with you. Then you're going to be in pain. Then you're going to be 10 times longer than if you would be if you just ran, okay, not 10 times, but somewhere around there. than if you just ran into the storm. So gentlemen, I know it sounds a bit harsh to just say, hey, pain's cool, invite it. But man to man, that's good advice. And step up and realize that pain's not a bad thing, and it's not eternal. Pain is not eternal. It is different phases of life that bring different types of pain. And I promise you, this pain that you're facing right now will be over at some stage. So if you go into the storm, it'll be over quicker. If you run away from it, you're going to be in it longer. Gentlemen, life is worth living, especially when the priorities are right. Especially when you run into the storm, get out of the storm quicker. And especially when you do so with purpose and drive. And finding purpose, a proper purpose, is when you look to God and you say, hey God, what is your plan for me? And you receive that plan, or you receive an idea of that plan, and so you can chase God's plan for you. There's no better reason to live. And I'm saying this passionately because I was at a stage where I wanted to commit suicide many years ago. Thankfully, I didn't. But I've realized, well, I've received God's calling for me very passionately this year, a little bit last year, but it was mainly this year. And now I've no reason to look back at the storm that I went through, or no reason to run away from the storms that are coming. I have a purpose and a drive because I look to the Lord and I have a vision. Gentlemen, no God, no guidance. No guidance, no purpose. No purpose, no drive. No drive, no reason to go into the storm. And no reason to go into the storm, you run away from it and you're in it for much longer. And the more painful life will seem. So gentlemen, I encourage you to look to God. And I encourage you to run into the storm. And I encourage you to not avoid the pain. So be like Bison, run into the storm. And look to God for whatever plan you may have. Whatever plan He may have for you. Excuse me. Thanks for listening, gentlemen. I hope this helped any of you. If this helped one person just hold on to their life, that would be a huge goal. If it helped one person feel inspired, that would mean the world to me. So if this helps you in any way, please just tell me in the comments. I'm not asking you to subscribe or like or anything. Just tell me in the comment if this helped you. That would be amazing. So thanks, gentlemen. Hold on. Run into the storm. Don't avoid it. And look to God. Thanks, gentlemen.